Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Take Back Your Roar. Welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. I am your intuitive tarot girl, and pardon me, sorry. This week, we have been kind of focusing on the energy of vanity, and I dug up a little bit more information, and I'm going to share how vanity shows up in your throat chakra. And I'm also going to give you a few tips and tricks to help rebalance this area of your life. Now, the throat chakra is connected with the emotion of vanity, and that's where we're going to kind of dig in a little bit and explore the energy healing and the personal transformation in this. Okay. So, the connection between the throat chakra and the emotion of vanity, how does it show up in your lives? How can you recognize where it comes from and how it shows up as an imbalance in the throat chakra? So, more importantly, we can heal and balance this energy center to embrace our authenticity and our true self expression. And that is what the throat chakra is. It's our true, authentic self. It's speaking our truth, it's not being afraid. Okay. So, I'm going to, like I said, just going to give a little information on this because today is Friday, day number 5. And the last part of this vanity energy session this week is the short meditation. But like I said, we're going to dig into a little bit of the gooders about it. So, the throat chakra is our center of our communication. It expresses our self expression and our truth. It governs how we speak, how we express ourselves, and whether we feel heard or understood. Because a lot of the times we can say things and people look at us like they're not even paying attention. So, this is whether we are really speaking our authentic self and if we're actually being understood and heard of. It's, when you speak, when you say things, you really truly, I don't want to say expect, but kind of would like for somebody to understand and actually hear what you're saying and not just kind of in one ear and out the other like our children or our spouses. Anyways, just kidding. But anyways, this where am I coming up with anyways? When this chakra is balanced, we communicate openly and honestly, and we say it without fear, or we don't worry about what others are going to say. We don't worry about the judgment of others or even rejection in that case. We don't worry about whether somebody is going to be happy about what we've said, because unfortunately, when we speak our truth, sometimes people can't accept it, and it kind of hits a nerve and triggers them in some sort of a way to respond in a negative or a rejective way. So the throat chakra, when it's imbalanced, vanity can emerge as a form of overcompensation. Okay, so you can be overcompensating for something when your throat chakra is out of balance. And vanity in this context isn't just about the physical appearance, it's not about how you look, it's also about how we present ourselves out into the world. Now, we may feel the need, to curate a perfect image. We might also feel like we need to seek approval from others, and we may even have look for ways to seek approval through our words, through our communication, or we may exaggerate a little bit on aspects of our identity to be more accepted. So, being somebody that we're really not because we just feel like we need to fit in, because they may not understand who we really are. And if we speak our truth and we say what we want to say, they may not accept that. But like I said, that's on them, right? So when we hold those expressions and those truths and those words, we're blocking our throat chakra from being open to be able to express ourselves with true authentic. So vanity sometimes comes from a deep-seated fear of being unworthy, and that can really show up as far as back as your early childhood, not being good enough to join the soccer team, or not being good enough to figure skate or be a ballerina. Like you've experienced something where somebody has made you feel that you weren't good enough, or you weren't worth the position or the situation, or even in love, really. So this can show up in a lot of different ways. It can show up as over explaining or boasting and feeling the need to prove ourselves in a conversation. So we don't need to always be right, but when we're imbalanced, we really feel like we need to get those last few words in. Now, it also shows up as curating as with an artificial persona. So pretending to be somebody you're not, saying what others want to hear instead of speaking your truth. Fear of vulnerability, avoiding deep, meaningful conversations in favor of a surface level discussion. So instead of really getting into the root of the problem, we just kind of beat around the bush and just shove it underneath the rug. So it can also show up as seeking external validation and needing compliments and verbal affirmations to feel good. You need, if you don't feel good, if somebody doesn't tell you how good you look today, or somebody doesn't tell you what good of a job you've done today. So the fear of being vulnerable and seeking external validation is definitely imbalance. And suppressing our true thoughts and feelings is a really, really big one here. So with this, it means hiding parts of yourself to fit into an idealized image. We don't need to fit in. We already fit in. We are already where we are meant to be, but we just need to speak up and be true. So, when vanity is driven by an imbalanced throat chakra, it's often linked to things like self doubt and insecurities, and it really makes it hard to express ourselves authentically because we're really truly afraid. Maybe we're afraid of being embarrassed. I don't know what it is that triggers us to get into this state, but each of us have um, our own reasoning behind the blockage, the vanity within ourselves. So we can recognize these imbalances by seeing how it manifests in our life. Okay, so an imbalance in the throat chakra can show up as speaking in a way that is overly performative rather than genuine. Sorry, I wrote down some notes here and I just kind of gotta figure out where I am. And also feeling the need to constantly be in the spotlight or dominate conversations. We don't need to always be. Sometimes we feel, though, because we feel that people expect that from us, for us to walk into a room and all of a sudden, take over, to dominate, to bring up the mood in the room, and sometimes we just don't feel like that. But that's a way that the imbalance can show up, is when we really feel that we need to do that when we walk into a situation. Also, it shows up with anxiety about being misunderstood or misrepresented. It shows up with struggles with listening, interrupting, dismissing, overtalking others, feeling unheard, overcompensating by pushing an image of importance. Um, Now, for the opposite of that, we can balance. And if you are not experiencing any of those imbalances, you may be in a balanced throat chakra, which is amazing because then you are living your true self. You are speaking your truth. So a balanced throat chakra is a clear and confidence. You're clear and confident about your self-expression. You know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you're going after, you know what you want to say, and you're going to say it regardless, no matter what. It gives you the ability to speak and listen with presence, so being in the moment, not being somewhere else. And it also gives you comfort in being authentic, regardless of who or what anybody has to say. So I've noticed myself how a lot of these things, in both, depending on the day, but a lot of the imbalance, to be totally honest, is something I have really become aware of as of late for myself, especially during this week. So, for the healing and the balance of this is for you to have authentic expression. So, how do you shift away from a vanity driven expression and step into the true alignment of authentic communication? How do we do that? So, we can do that through doing a few different things. Journaling is definitely my most favorite. That is when you can question yourself with whatever you want to. You can say whatever you want to. You can go through the journey. You can go through the experiences. You can just be yourself in there. So what I'm going to ask for you to do, if you have time, if you feel like it, it's totally up to you, is ask yourself some questions. Okay, really journal and get in and dig a little deep. So you can ask yourself, when do you feel the need to impress others? When do you feel the need to impress somebody? Is it when you go out to the grocery store in case you see one of your friends, you have to look good because, goodness, gosh forbid if you have your hair at a place and your neighbor's brother from wherever shows up and you're like, oh my goodness, he's going to think bad of me or she's going to think bad of me. So where do you feel you need to impress others? Another good one is, what part of me seeks approval and why? Why do you need somebody's approval to do something? If you feel, pardon me, if you feel the need to do it, then just do it. If you're not putting anybody or yourself in harm, what is it hurting? Nothing. It's allowing you to be yourself, and it's allowing you to be authentic. And another good question could be, how can I honor my authentic voice without fear? How can you honor it? Is there something you want to talk about? Is there something you want to do? Do you want to sing? Do you want to scream on a mountaintop? Do you want to speak publicly? Do you want to do podcast videos? Whatever it is, how can you share and honor your authentic voice without being afraid? Now, another way is some mindful communication, like meditation. You can practice pausing before speaking, meaning ask yourself when you're having a conversation and you're listening to somebody, before you reply, ask yourself, am I speaking from a place of truth, or am I speaking from a place of wanting approval? So if somebody asks you if you liked the sushi at the Chinese restaurant that you went to, and you did not like it at all, and you didn't want to say that because you didn't want to hurt somebody's feelings, right? But sit back and think for a minute when they ask you that question. Are you going to be honest and tell them no, or are you just going to say, oh yeah, it was great, just to make them happy? Kind of strange example, but it'll work. Also, some mindful communication is engaging in conversations where you listen as much as you speak. So don't be the one that always has to say something. Be able to sit back and take in what others have to say and really be in that present moment. Okay. So, some healing techniques. I do love my crystals. I do love my stones. The color blue is seems to be my color, and I've never really noticed that until as of late. And it's kind of funny because almost every vehicle I've owned is blue. I wear blue sweaters all of the time pretty much, but blue is my color for work. But bringing in stones like for chakra activation, like crystals and things like that, lapis lazuli, aquamarine, blue lace agate, anything of a blue nature is a great thing to bring into your atmosphere and bring into your daily life, because that helps bring in the energy of the throat chakra. The throat chakra, like I have said before, is blue. I like to see it as a nice deep royal blue. Some see it as an aqua color, some see it as whichever, but for me, it's a deep, deep royal blue. It's a beautiful, vibrant, just royal color. Okay, and another healing technique is to also drink some herbal teas with soothing ingredients. Chamomile is a good one. Now, I will suggest to leave chamomile for the end of the evening when it's time to unwind and relax. It tends to be a soothing, relaxing, calming, sleepy kind of herb. And peppermint as well. Peppermint is a very good one, actually. Peppermint would be great for the morning, along with some lemon or orange, and because it really brings zest and liveliness to you. So those are two good herbals that are herbs, or that you could bring into your daily intake. Also, there's mantras like hum, and that helps to clear the energy blocks. I will suggest maybe going on YouTube and finding some good meditations or clearings. There is all kinds of them there for us to utilize, absolutely. And also some authentic practices to try. Okay, so try to express yourself creatively through your journaling, singing, storytelling, crafting, whatever it is that you enjoy doing. Get creative, express yourself, be happy, be in the moment, be present, do what it is that makes you just feel at home, feel at place, feel where you belong. Okay. And challenge yourself to share a truth without over explaining or justifying. So find somebody that you can share something with that you haven't shared with before, that is the truth, without over judging yourself or over justifying yourself or over explaining it. So for me, I have a hard time with being an intuitive, telling some people. So I have really started to open myself up to allow that to be told to people without feeling I need to explain how or what or any of that. It's just who I am. It's what I do. It's my jam, Sam. So, some affirmations for releasing and healing. My voice is valuable exactly as it is. And when you say these, when you think these, when you hear these, feel it with power, worth, and truth. Okay? My voice is valuable exactly how it is. I express myself with honesty and ease. And I really do. I express myself with honesty and ease. This is something that I have been teaching myself to do. I do not need approval to be worthy because you already are. And you know that. Just the limiting beliefs of the past is what holds you back and just keeps coming in. But when you get those thoughts of that unworthiness, remind yourself you don't need approval and you are perfect just the way you are. I release the need to impress and embrace my true, authentic self. I release the need to impress and embrace my true and authentic self. Okay, my friends. I you know, this week has been this week's actually been really, really good for me with these videos. I know today's a little bit different, but that's okay. I've really started to understand and feel more comfortable sharing with you guys, with everybody. So when I just want to say, when vanity is rooted in and imbalanced in our throat chakra, it's often a call for us to go for a deeper self reflection. It's time to go in and get some self acceptance of who we are, what we've been through, what we've experienced, the challenges, the overcomings, and accept where we are right now and who we are because we are our best self right now. We have made the choice to be where we are. So, by healing this chakra, we can also create space for genuine, heartfelt communication and release pressure to be anybody other than ourselves. You will have to forgive, of course, at the very end of this video, she decides that she's going to bark. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly pause this. Okay, so I'm just going to jump right back in here and continue on. So I am going to pull a card from the Surrender To. I'm feeling these oracle cards have been calling your name. You know, I did this read, or I didn't do this read, but I did this episode, this session earlier today. And of course, for some reason it didn't record. So apparently it wasn't meant to be. So this one is meant for us to hear today. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, everything works out. So surrender to the drama. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Ooh, good card to put in with this to imbalance and, or I should say, to rebalance this throat chakra. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. So, being in the moment, taking the pause, asking yourself, are you speaking from truth or are you speaking from trying to please somebody? What a beautiful card. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. How beautiful. Like, it's time to speak up and be your authentic self and stand in your power. There's so much yellow in this right now. It's our solar plexus. It's our solar plexus connecting with our throat right now. And this is giving us the strength to have that authentic communication because we know that it needs, like, our body tells us, it gives us signs all of the time. We just choose to not listen to them sometimes, most of the times. Okay, my friends, I truly, truly want to thank each and every one of you for sharing your energy with me. If this episode resonates with you in any way, don't forget to subscribe or hit the share button or the like button. Um, and like I said, I really, truly appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, speak your truth, honor your voice, and take back your roar, my friends. All right, take care. Bye-bye.